was a little shocking because you don't expect someone my age, I was very healthy, people my age think we're all invincible, and it's just, you hear the word cancer and you think it's an old person's disease, and it's a scary disease, and I didn't want it. When I had to go down to the hospital for 6 months, every time I went to chemo basically, when we were in my mom's car, there was a fight CD compilation that my friends made for me in LA. And one of the songs is Leona Lewis, It Will All Get Better in Time. And just songs that were fitting to what I was going through. And I'm gonna start a fight, and all these like girl power fight songs, a lot of them. And it was just a nice lift as I'm going there, just to get me pumped for what I'm gonna go through. My mother took me a lot of the times to treatment. She and my father came every single day for 12 hours while I was in the hospital. Actually, my dad went back to work after the first 2 weeks. My mom was there with me for 12 hours every single day until I got out for 32 days. Both my parents took me a lot to all my appointments. They both sat with me every time I met with Dr. Ambinder, because they both wanted to hear what was going on and not have it repeated for me and missing things. And yeah, they were both there for me each step of this way. It was very rough on my parents. They took it very hard. My father lost a lot of sleep at night. Since he is a doctor, he understood what I was going to go through, and it worried him every time my counts got low, every time he heard what I needed to do from the doctors. And it's just, I'm their only daughter, and it's really, for parents to go through this with their kids, I don't envy what they had to go through as well. Sam, when he found out that he was a perfect match, it was like he won the lottery. He was elated. I called him, I'm like, you're a perfect match. There were almost tears in his eyes. He was just so happy that he could help, because everyone wants to help, and like, what better way to help me than to save my life with the bone marrow. So he was just so happy that he could step up for the role. And there wasn't a second where he was like, is this gonna hurt? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna get through it? He was just like, okay, sign me up, I'm in. And he was so happy to do it. It's hard to stay positive through when you get the initial diagnosis, but you really have to just take it one day at a time and say, okay, if I can make it through this day, we'll move on to the next step, and just have a great support system and use your support system and get through it one day at a time. And it doesn't always feel like you want to smile all the time, but put a smile on your face, and if you're positive, it makes it a lot easier. You learn what really matters and not sweat the small stuff as much. And when you go through an experience like this, you really learn how important your friends and family are, and you want to treasure that and spend time with them, and really not focus on stupid things that shouldn't concern you that much. My mother is an amazing lady. She's always the one who's giving back to everyone else and cooking for people. She loves buying presents for people. I'll be shopping with her. She'll be like, oh, this is a great present for so-and-so. I'm going to put it in my drawer for the future. So she has like a cabinet downstairs for just presents designated to people for when the time comes. She has a heart of gold and just loves giving to people, and it's weird for her to be on the receiving end of all this. She told me at first, like, it was hard for her to accept gifts from people and accept help, because she's always the one who's offering. So she had to take a step back, and she knew like she needed to not always be cooking for us during this crisis. She needed to focus on me and what was going on. So it was a harder step for her to take, to not be the one giving, but actually receiving. But she's so grateful for her friends and family. And I definitely got much closer with my parents through this experience. They were there for me every step of the way, and I'm so fortunate to have such loving parents who housed me and fed me and took care of me. And honestly, I don't know how people go through this without the support of their family and a good network of friends and relatives and community, because every time I turned around, there was someone else at the door with a present or a pick-me-up, and my family was totally cared for throughout this process, and I'm really lucky to have such supportive and loving parents and a great community that surrounds me. So